Hello there.
Hey, how you doing tonight?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Ready for another exciting evening here. I've got some, this scenario when I opened it up tonight, it reminded me of two things one of the things that we had talked about in the past. But for fans of Jeopardy out there, especially going all the way back, like to the Art Fleming years, back in the 60s and 70s, they had a recurring category which was a favorite among all the viewers and players, and it was called Those Darn Etruscans. Well, you didn't have to know anything about the Etruscans because it was all usually about early Roman history, but you were surprised about what you knew. Tonight I call this Those Darn Parthians because just like we've talked about before, man, we just cannot get rid of the Parthians. Once again, we're going to take a little segue from our trials and tribulations of the Second Triumvirate. That's a trademark, don't use that. We're going to talk about a little problem that Mark Antony and our leader here tonight, Ventidius, has with the Parthians. And this actually ties back into a couple of weeks ago when we had that ugly loss by the Parthian cavalry against the Romans, where it was one of their, when we were talking about one of their worst defeats ever, and of course the demise of Crassus. Well, that actually stuck into their craw, just like that molten gold stuck in Crassus's craw. That has going to have long-standing ramifications all the way up to this is 39 BC, and I think that was in 53. So here we are 14 years later, and it's still stinging the Romans. So after defeating the Republicans, the triumvirate, and Mark Antony especially, decides to salvage the honor of Rome by going after the Parthians. So he is going to take the battle once again to the kingdom of Parthia. The background to our story tonight is all interrelated to what we've seen over the last, several weeks, and even going back all the way back to Gaul in some ways. In this story tonight, we still have Orodes II, who was the king of Parthia from a few weeks ago, and who was so envious of his successful general that he killed him, right? Well, he is still in charge of Parthia, and this takes place, of course, immediately after the events of Philippi, where Cassius has committed suicide and Brutus was killed. So one would think that the battle between the Republican forces and the Triumvirate would be completed, but that is still not the case. Enter young Quintus Labienus here, who, if we're going back into, because everything is personal in these stories, he is the son of Titus Labienus, who we saw in many, many of these scenarios, once a trusted lieutenant for Caesar in Gaul, and faced off against Caesar when he threw in his lot with Pompey and was killed at the Battle of Munda. Well, this is his son, and he has taken a force, and of course, he stayed with the Republicans, and he was loyal to both Brutus and Cassius. When they failed, after the events of the Battle of Philippi, he has fled to Persia, and he hopes to continue making a stand. Leading up to this, he will approach Orodes and the Parthians and ask for their assistance so that he can once again conquer some of the territories held by Mark Antony in Syria and southern Anatolia. And Orodes will grant him this boon. He will actually send his son, we see here Pacorus I, the son of Orodes, and a sizable cavalry force to join alongside Labienus, who has gathered together a mishmash of local infantry and foot soldiers, all of whom were either part of the Republican forces that sort of dissolved away, or would like to see Antony taken down a peg. Initially, what leads up to the major confrontation is a lot of hit and fade guerrilla attacks by the Parthian forces in the territory that are controlled directly by Antony or his lieutenants. We see his lieutenant here, Ventidius. For a year or two after the events of Philippi, they're just going to have to endure this constant attacks, and it will eventually lead to Pacorus gaining enough ground and territory that he will take over parts of Syria and Judea at the time. But Ventidius is also a very skilled general, and he will use his collective forces to push Labienus back to where we're going to lay our battle here tonight in Cilicia. Once Labienus had regrouped with Pacorus's forces coming from Parthia, then they were able to make a stand and approach Ventidius here at somewhere, we're not exactly sure. We know it's near Cilicia, but it's definitely somewhere in the Taurus Mountains, which is in this region. And there's not a lot to the battle. We don't have too much information, but we do have the understanding that Ventidius did have the high ground, which is always a strategic bonus. So he aligned all of his units, a lot of ranged, capable foot soldiers, being peltists and javelin throwers, put them on the high ground, and just waited for the cavalry to approach. He was hoping that, of course, having the high ground would negate some of those heavy cataphract and force the mounted bow cavalry to just sit and try to, in some ways, just engage in an artillery duel. And that's exactly what they did. The Parthians would sit there and the horse archers would just volley after volley at the Romans, who were able to hold their position and, of course, keep their shields up. And they would do the same thing. So several back and forth, inconclusive volleys. And at some point, Ventidius said, "Enough of this." He told the men to charge, and they came running down the hill and went right after the cavalry. Parthian horse archers were so lightly armored that they just could not maintain any engagement in close combat with the foot soldiers coming off the hill, so they fled in panic. And once that panic starts a little bit, it becomes a rout, and the Parthians just had no way of maintaining cohesion against this infantry charging down off the hill. That would just leave Labienus and his foot soldiers off to the side there to their fate. They said, "Enough with this, we're going back to Parthia." Labienus will attempt to flee, but he will then be captured in a short time, and standing as a traitor to Rome, he will be executed summarily. But in an odd twist, Labienus' men said, "Hey, we're not with this guy." And they were given the parole, and they were allowed to join Ventidius' men. And then once again, the Romans will pursue the Parthians, and they will capture them eventually. Pacorus will have to try to make a second stand, but he will fail and eventually be pushed completely out of the Roman province of Syria. And that is where we lay our battle here tonight. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the War Council here?
Well, this is going to be a pretty straight-up battle. The Julian legions rule will be in effect for the Romans. They are going second. The Parthians are going first. They'll have 5 command cards, or the Romans will have 6. We are playing to 6 victory banners tonight. And again, we have some enemy camps on both sides. So when a unit occupies an enemy camp hex at the start of the owning player's turn, we'll remove that camp terrain hex tile and collect 1 victory banner.
And very reminiscent of that Battle of Carrhae back in 53, we have a predominant Parthian mounted cavalry with lots of light bow cavalry going on here. So this is going to be yet another intriguing one because it's the Romans who are very well entrenched up on those hills. As the Parthian player, I have to make big decisions right out of the gate. How do you crack that nut, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I will draw my lowly 5 cards. I have them.
And I will get my 6. I have those. And let me be the first to wish you good luck.
Well, thank you very much. I think this is really...
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a hand. This is a hand.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, then. Let's try... I'm going to do a line command here. And I'm going to activate my only foot units here. They're going to go 1 to there. Hurrah!
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to issue an order to my light troops.
Sure. We've got lots of little pelters and flingers and bowers.
And we will just pelt away. All right. We'll let the pelting begin here with 2 dice as arrows fly.
Not Franapodes! No!
There's a hit.
All right.
And here's a leader check. Now, let's see if we can't follow up that with a couple of stones from these slingers on the hill. 2 dice from them. Ooh, so close. All right. Going after that heavy cav there with 2 dice.
Oh.
Hey! And the same unit. 2 more dice. Let's see. Our stones can ring against that nice armor. 2 dice for that.
Wow. Strike first. Strike hard. No mercy.
All right. Here at the end.
This is the one I'm worried about.
Here we go. 2 dice. Let's see that double flag action.
Oh, good.
Okay. All in all, can't complain about that round of shooting.
No. Mm-mm. Well, I guess we need to just activate our mounted.
Oof.
Yeah.
Hard to have. That's like better card would be to have a mounted charge.
All right, so 2 dice from those light bowmen on the
Let's
horses.
see. You're gonna give what you got.
A hit. 2 more from Franapodes. Nothing.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You're trying to take out my ranged capabilities.
Yes.
Force me to come down off these hills.
Gonna have to come down here. 2 dice. Nothing. They're shooting at the lights. 2 dice. 1 hit.
Ooh.
And finally, 2 more. Nothing. All right. Not really worth it.
I disagree. I think it was totally worth it. So much so that let's run it back. All right. You know who I'm activating.
Mm-hmm.
Those 5 units. Targeting Franapodes.
Mm-hmm.
Franapodes.
Franapodes.
Franapodes. All right.
He's fun at parties.
Fun at parties. All right. 2 dice. Here we go.
We're gonna take it. No, we're not. It's 4. No, we're not taking it. No.
All right. Let's see if a few stones can't find purchase. Nothing. All right. Now Pacorus or Pacorus.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah. No, you're right. You're right. I should try and combine after those guys.
I mean, he is on exposed flank after all.
Yes, and I get 4 shots at him. So here we go. 2 dice.
See?
That's what we want. 2 dice at those guys.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We are in disarray.
Then 2 dice at those last.
Please, no streaks. Good streak.
Second time I've done double box cards on the red squares. Okay. Now let's see.
You do 3 in the center. All right. What would they like to do?
4 dice.
It's only going to be 2 uphill.
With leader support, however.
Mm.
But you know what? Can't give up this prime firing position.
It's true. It's very true. 2 dice plus leader. Nothing.
Okay. 2 dice coming back downhill with leader. Ooh.
Hit and retreat.
And that bowman. They'll make their stand.
All right. 2 plus leader. Nothing again.
And 2 back downhill. Retreat.
I am going to stay there because while I'm adjacent, they can't fire. So.
White.
Quite.
White. So that means I'll have to activate leadership in any section. Ventidius himself. Those units. Right. What would they like to do?
I shall evade.
All right. Here we go. 4 dice.
Great evade.
Right. These mediums will throw a spear at that unit. Nothing. And our bowman will follow up. Same unit. 2 dice. I'm off the hill.
Do 3 in the center.
Off the hill. Attracting some attention. Ooh. The wrong kind of attention, it looks like.
All right. We'll do 4 dice plus leader bonus. 3 hits. 4 hits. Wow. Wipe
4
them out.
hits. Wiped them out.
Okay. You will advance, move 1, and then attack. Use bow. And then for horses on terrain,
we'll
it is hill. It's
hill to hill. It's 3.
It's 2 for mounted still on hill to hill. So you're going to evade. So only green circles matter. 2 dice. Nope. And he will go after them as well with 2 dice. They're going to stand. Plus leader bonus. Nothing.
2 dice coming back downhill with leader bonus. Hit.
Okay.
Leader check.
All right.
What are those units? What would that cavalry like to do?
They'd like a first strike.
First strike.
Indeed.
Hey, wasn't expecting that.
Here's 4 dice.
Dang. Someone's got the hot dice tonight. All right. 4 dice coming back at you. There they go. Went down swinging.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. Oof. Okay.
Did you want to attack with the medium cav up the hill?
No.
No?
No.
No?
No.
All right.
Up a hill.
Sure. Whatever.
Okay. Why? What? Oh, up a hill? Up a hill.
Up a hill? You must be crazy. There we go. Do heavy troops.
Ooh.
here. And do 4 dice plus leader. Just ever so barely. We'll advance, move 1, and they will battle again. That's your cavalry down the hill. So for mounted, it'll still be 2 dice. So what would they like to do?
That's good.
Okay. So here's 2 dice with leader. Getting a hit.
2 dice uphill with leader.
Taking a hit.
Here is the leader check.
Alright, and then this one also 2 dice downhill with leader. What would they like to do? We'll stand as well. Okay, here we go. 1 hit. Ooh, ouch. Alright.
Well, this is not going to be as effective as I want it to be since you've plugged my hole. Did charge. Those 2. So 2 dice with my +1 bonus means I get 3 dice going uphill against your heavy cav.
Indeed.
What would they like?
I have to take it because they're heavy.
Okay. There we go. 3 dice.
That'll do.
Hill to hill.
Still 2.
3 dice plus. Still 2. Still 2. 3 dice now with leader support. Leader check.
My poor Cataphracts. I'll just go there. Look at my beautiful cataphracted cavalry.
This is a rough one. I'm not looking forward to switching sides.
Yeah. Okay, well then we're going to have to do double time.
Double time. Here comes that Auxilia.
Auxilia. Yeah. Okay.
I am Spartacus.
You're feeling Sparty, huh?
Yep. Oh. 6 dice. Okay. So 2 leader symbols. The heavy. I'm gonna go 1, 2. We'll go all in on Pecorus. 2 dice.
Oh! Bloodbath.
And 2 dice there.
Ouch. Man, this is not this is not good.
And the leader check. Not over yet.
Nope. Do 3 on the right. Target those light singers on the hill. 2 dice. Hooray!
No.
Target these light bow on the hill. 2 dice. 1 hit.
Another hit.
And then finally, same group. 2 dice. Hooray!
All Ah, there's a bit of revenge.
Mm.
Medium troops. 1, 2. Those units.
Do a double time.
Double time. It was all up in my face.
All right. Let's do these two. Okay. I have 3 dice against those medium cav. 1 hit.
3 dice back. 2 hits.
2 hits
and a retreat.
Just nothing without those.
All right. 4 dice with your support against that auxilia.
For the game. A hit and a retreat.
And a retreat.
Not going to follow up.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could. Against that unit there.
Okay.
I've already indicated. 2 dice. 4 dice. 1 hit.
1 hit. Hanging on. Here's 3 back. Just 1 hit.
And then this other unit will try and finish them off.
Okay.
4 dice.
Ooh, good game. There you go. This one's rough. So let me
Not looking forward.
well, it's
Switching
not
side.
It's not that bad unless you just have line command, the 2 double times, and I had the other line command earlier, so I've had 3 line commands. I had a counterattack, which was not great until. I mean, even when you had your move medium, I couldn't counterattack that because I got no mediums. I just got I am Spartacus. So, and then I was going to limp in on the left side there, possibly, but until I could close those foot units onto the hill, it was just, it was not going to happen. But good one, man. And once you took those cataphracts out,
Yeah, I don't know how this is going to go. I think it's going to be just as ugly on the other side.
oh, I'm sure. So 6. I'm happy at 6-3. I mean, if I can keep it like that with the Drek that I had in that hand, I'm okay with that. So we'll take a pause here, 5 minutes, and we'll be back with the round deuce. We are back, and now I get the Schadenfreude of watching Peter play the Parthians in round 2.
Yes.
I'm going to pelt you to oblivion, man.
I'm sure you will.
There you
go. Okay. Well, right off the bat.
Well, good luck.
He tells me somebody has a Dark in the Skies card.
Oh.
Okay.
Who, me?
Yes, you. All right. Do this first. Leadership any section. Leader's hex. 3 adjacent linked hexes. 2.
Well, your assessment was incorrect. But, like you, I do have light troops.
I have light troops too, you know.
I mean, activate light troops. All right, so let's start with so light slingers pegging that exposed cavalry. 2 dice. Hurrah! Moving down the line, same target, 2 dice. Nothing. And from there, 2 dice. Nothing. And finally, the ends will go there, 2 dice. Nothing. And 2 dice. Nothing. All right.
Light troops, eh? I can play that game. The arrows fly.
Oh, ouch. My
Punk.
foot. My foot.
And over here.
Ow.
Punk.
Quit it. We'll do an outflanked. Start here. 2 dice at that light bow. Thwack. This one will go against Parody. That guy. With
Fun at parties.
yes, he is fun at parties. 3 dice. Oh. So 1 die check. He's fine. We will advance. Move 1. Battle again. 3 dice. 1 hit. Here's a leader check. He's fine.
So they will not retreat. They'll fire battle back with 2.
Hit. Okay. Hill to hill. Let fly. 2 dice. Nothing. And then from here, what would they like to do? Stand. Okay. 3 dice. Hitting twice. Oh, 1 hit, and 1, 2, and 3. All right. That is all.
That's enough. Some more light troops after that. Okay. From the hilltop, firing down, raining a hail of arrow. And should have hit the late bowman. Okay. Because over here, that's exactly what I'm going to do, but I've squandered my green. 2 dice. And 2 more dice. Hey!
Hooray!
Okay. Talk me into a game.
There's 2 on the right. You will throw 1 at your light bow cav, forcing a retreat. Okay, and that is all. Come get some.
Okay. Just do that. 3 dice against the medium calf. A lot of faith in you guys. You
Nowhere
can
to
do
run
this.
to. Yep. Oh, I got him.
They're going to advance. They'll forego the +1. They'll battle again. They're feeling froggy. So 2 dice uphill, plus the amount of charge gives them 3 dice. They'd get anyway. Here they go.
Wait. I'm going to evade that.
Okay, 3 dice. Here they go. Kick in the pants on your way out. All right. 5 dice normally, but now going uphill, capped at 2, +1 for the mounted charge. 3 dice uphill with leader support against those mediums.
Okay.
1 hit.
Check that leader. Okay. I got 3 dice back downhill with leader support. Wiping him out.
Unfortunate.
I'll give him that. He's tenacious.
Yep, I'll go for the same target. 3 dice going uphill with leader. Hit.
3 back down with leader. Oh, do the leader check first. Oh, close. Unnamed centurion almost bought the farm. For his in Elysium. Alright, 3 dice back downhill with leader. 1 hit. Here's a leader check. He fine. How many cards am I supposed to have?
6.
Oh, I've been hamstringing myself. I only drew 6 or 5. Okay, sorry. Left over because I thought we were 5 and 5 on this one. That was last week. It's 5 and 6 on this one. So tied with 1 hand behind my back.
And you're still beating me.
Eh.
Good job. I would have kept on doing it just to prove your superiority.
Oh,
Okay.
Going after them, eh?
Yep, 3 dice uphill with leader support. Come on. Come on. I'll take
Cool.
it. 2.
Right. 3 back down the hill. No leader this time. But we do score a flag.
Good hit.
Activate medium troops. Just do those. He will throw a spear at Pacorus. Missing. And then do 3 dice downhill with leader support. Getting it.
Oh, we evade.
Oh, you evaded. Okay, it's just 1 hit. Yep. I should have
check.
avoided that. Yep. Leader check. He's fine. Alright, good evade. Alright.
Okay. Light cavalry coming downhill with 2 dice on your light bows.
Okay. Ah.
The cavalry. All right. Well, that can be good. Still capped at 2.
Mhm.
With leader support. Hill to hill.
Here's 3 back with leader.
That was a mistake. I didn't realize I was going to be capped at 2.
He's fine.
No.
Run away.
Rough. I didn't realize it'd be capped 2 on the hill.
It is rough. I'm going to do a rally.
Oh, you're going to do a rally.
I'm going to try rally. So here's 6 dice. Yikes.
Yeah, but the one you needed gets a block back.
Yeah. So adding 1
Well,
back.
actually, who are you going to get? You could give it to the cavalry too if you wanted.
I could. I was hoping to perhaps get more than 1 triangle, but I will take this one so I can activate him. So rally there. You'll move this point, and he will attack. What would Pacorus like to do?
I'm going to have to evade this.
All right. So here's 3 dice looking for a red square. Not getting red square. I blew them all in the first roll.
Yeah, actually, I don't need to get that close. Wang.
We are now supported.
Now you are. Wang.
Two in the center. Target that heavy cav way up there. 2 dice. Sling! Ooh. That might do it.
Yeah, we'll do it.
And then against them, 2 dice. Nothing.
Two dice. 2 dice.
I have to go where the cards tell me, so 3 on the left. Yeah, we'll just do those 2. Alright, so 2 dice. I'm starting an artillery duel here. Send them away! And Shooting that one now. 2 dice. 1 hit.
Outflanked. One die. Two dice.
She'll stand.
And 2 more dice. The minute I'm going to change to attack that medium, I'm going to start rolling all green circles.
I know, right? Do 2 in the center. Let fly, my Belleric slingers. 2 dice. Send them away. Two more. Pink.
Two dice. One die.
Ow!
There we go. And one more.
Let's risk it. Oops. What would Pacorus like to do? Alright. 3 dice, looking for a red square. Oh, squirts away.
Two dice. That's it.
It's going
Nice
to
on the medium.
it's going to the mediums now. You did call it.
Ah! Okay.
Do inspired right leadership.
Got nowhere to go now.
Yeah. So let's see. If,
All I wanted to do was just even it up.
yep. I know.
All I wanted. All I wanted.
All right. So here's
game.
wait. Well, 3 dice. You know my whiffitude. 3 dice with leader. That was really close. And Pacorus, he's fine. Oh man, that is brutal for the Parthians. And it's such the antithesis of the way we expected with Carrhae, where it was just like, there's no way, and they just, beat the hell out of them with those horse archers.
And I did roll terribly with all that. In the second turn, in the first game, the firing was great. In the second game, not at all.
Yeah. And I had some really fortunate shots there.
I had committed to let's go charge up the hills, and it wasn't until I got to the hill and I looked at my sheet like, oh, I'm going to be still stuck rolling 2 dice.
Right.
So
right.
I don't know the answer here. The answer is, I guess, just to pull back and just sit there and go, come get me.
Right. There's
So,
a certain amount of plinking that seems to be scripted here, but that can only get you so far.
yeah.
So, yes, the final on this one, Peter took the first one 6. I had 3, is that right?
Yep.
And then this one, I took 6 too. So,
Up
12.
by 1.
Yeah, or, yes, that's right. So, 9 to 8. Good, good.
All I was doing before was going for the top.
I know you
But
were.
like you said, at the end of the last game, you'll take your 3 and be happy.
That's right.
And I would have been happy too.
That's right.
So, good game, Patrick.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Yeah, this one is incredibly brutal and not one of my favorites, not because it's not a challenge. It is that in spades, but it slogs. It kind of overstates its welcome because if you're not willing to at least make the effort with the Cataphracts, which you and I both did, and once they're all sitting down there in the boneyard, that's it, right?
It's frustrating that the games where we've had those units, both times there have been hills involved. So they don't get to shine. They don't get to run in there and hit with 4 dice.
Yeah,
So that's unfortunate.
it is.
Especially since they have the capability of hitting with 5 dice with mounted charge cards.
Oh, I know. And you had
Ugh.
you had did you have 2 mounted charges in this game?
1.
Oh, you had the 1.
Oh, yeah.
You did have 2. I thought. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I know you've had a bunch. So it's just prescripted, I'm not sorry to see the Parthians go, but I'm sure they'll keep coming back. But you out there in
the bad dinar.
that's back exactly it. Well, you out there in YouTube land that have been so faithful in watching these horse operas, put your comments down there in the section below and let us know what you think, how you'd do it a little differently if you have played this, or what your overall thoughts or experiences are with this particular scenario. It's definitely tricky for the Parthians. But with
Patrick?
that, yeah,
Patrick? They're not going away.
No, they're not. Those horses are just going to keep coming back. Anyway, we hope you've enjoyed this, so please take a moment, like and subscribe the channel. If this is new to you, well, maybe tell your friends about it. If you have just joined our journey through the ancients, we are glad to have you here. We will move on from here to the next one. Peter will be taking the next story, and pretty soon we're going to get into the thick of it. The triumvirate is going to completely collapse. We hope you'll join us. And Peter, excellent games as always tonight, sir. And I look forward to
Thanks
next week.
Thanks so
Yeah.
much. Hey.
Have a good one.
You too. Good night.
Good night.